One more thing. Luka Doncic, we kind of disagree on him a little bit. Is he going to score more, or is he going to get more rebounds or more assists? What's he going to do? We'll talk about that on today's One More Thing.
I'm here because I have to be.
Dallas is going to get a seat at the table.
That's it. It's me versus the machine. Don't let his whiteness take away from his quickness.
You can rest later. You're young.
I never recovered here.
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah. Welcome. You are still locked on to the Dallas Mavericks. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member and NBA channel manager of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Now, through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 to get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. And joining me, as always, my co-host, media member, One More Thing King himself. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
It's a one more thing time, baby. I love one more things.
One More Thing is the bonus episode of Locked On Mavs. So if you missed the episode where we talked about our board bet results and our predictions, go back and listen to that episode. And this is the addition. We had one more thing to say. And so instead of going long, we do another episode. Or instead of just cutting it all out and not doing it, not sharing these thoughts, we're gonna do it in this version. So today, let's start talking about our board bets. So if you didn't check this out, we did these board bets where we basically do predictions. We ask these questions. How many wins are the Mavs going to get? How many minutes is Lively going to average? All that kind of stuff. Did an over-under on a lot of these different things. And then we asked you guys to respond and got over 650 responses on our survey, which I thought was awesome. Thank you to everybody that did that. And we talked about where we were drinking the Kool-Aid maybe a little bit too much, where all three of us agreed on the episode earlier today. But let's get into the differences, because we differed. Meaning you and I agreed, Isaac, and the listeners disagreed with us on on three Luka ones.
Let me tell you why y'all are wrong.
Oh, so let's tell them why they're wrong. Luka,
just kidding.
over under 29.9 points per game. We both took the under on that one, thinking he's not going to get 30, and 74% of the audience thinks he's going to get over and get 30. Why is Luka not going to average 30 this year?
Yeah, I mean, my whole reasoning behind it is I think that you add some of the scoring options. You add a Klay Thompson to the starting lineup. There's a difference between Klay Thompson on the offensive side of the ball compared to Derrick Jones Jr. You add in a Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench, who, shocker, likes to shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
You consider what Nico Harrison said to PJ Harrison. Oh my God.
PJ Harrison? Wow.
North Carolina.
Tar Heels taking it back.
PJ Washington back at the end of the season, like, hey, we want him to up his points per game. Like, we want him to score a little bit more next season. You factor in Dereck Lively, year 2. Maybe he's a little bit more comfortable with the ball and shooting the ball and stuff. So it's like you factor in all of that stuff. And it's like, will Luka have to score 34 a game? And I don't know if he's going to want to, because I think we're going to see, especially early on, they're going to want to get Klay. I mean, so many shots early on. And I just think I think this is where we're going to see a career high in assists from Luka Doncic this year. I think he could lead the league in assists. And yeah, I think he's going to hover right around that 30-point triple-double. So I just think there's only, unless they score 160 points a game, I just think it's going to go down just a little bit. Guys, it's okay if he scores 29, 30 points a game.
No, it's not.
It's a lot. I know. There's some guys that's practiced with him lately, or with some of the.
They've been in the lab.
Been in the lab, real hoopers with some of his teammates about his offseason. And that's a joke. That's sarcasm based off a funny tweet.
There's a guy that tweeted that he had played with one of Luka's teammates and that Luka never works out and never.
I bet he did.
And only ever wants to play. But then when he plays, he just messes around and that's it. And doesn't take it seriously and all that. To me, I think Luka will get under 20 because I think you're right about him getting more assists. I think more people got to feed right now. He's got to feed more players right now. And I also think if he's going to get the MVP, the efficiency has to go up a little bit. And I think he's got to carry a little bit less of the offense to get there. And if you look at LeBron, which I know you love to do this.
Oh, this is my favorite.
I know you love comparing. LeBron led the league in scoring in 2008, 30 points a game, and was 4th in MVP. And then the next year, he went down to 28 and was a little bit better efficiency-wise with Cleveland, and he won the MVP that season. Like sometimes you take on a little bit less, you're a little bit more efficient, you win some more games, and then it's better for you. I think Luka, we could see that to go from 34 down to under 30, but he gets 2 more assists a game, something like that, where all of a sudden it's 10 or 11, and you're going, okay, now you got it. This is the best, one of the best scorers in the NBA and the best passer in the NBA. Yeah. Also, Jokic wins MVP, averaging 26 points a game, right? Doesn't take 30.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, if he doesn't.
It's okay. Yeah, but 74% of you think he's going to get 30, which I get. He has done it the last 4 years. Luka averaging a triple-double. We both think that he is, which kind of goes to what we just said. But 55% said no. Why do you think the audience says 55% say no, he's not going to get a triple-double?
I think one, they're probably like, I wonder what the correlation would be between, hey, who voted for no triple-double, but over, the 29.5.
I didn't scrape their data well enough, man. I didn't grab the cookies.
So, because if you think he's going to like 34, 35 points a game, then maybe it's a little harder to get the triple-double at that point. Also think that a triple-double for some still holds like a little bit of like this like nostalgia thing. Yeah. And, it's cool. It's fun to put on like a post-game graphic, but it just doesn't hold the same weight that it used to hold whenever somebody got a triple-double or all of that stuff. So, yeah.
Are you saying Westbrook ruined the triple-double?
You said it. I did not. So
no, I asked if you were saying that. Yeah, I think this is. I did find it interesting though that there's probably like a 20% that said he's going to get over 30 points, but then also think that he's going to get a triple-double too, right? Like that.
You're hedging a little bit.
Yeah, that think that he's gonna do both of them. Which hey, go for the moon. Luka's capable of doing it, but I would bet that the points are a little bit less, but then his counting stats and rebounds and assists, because I think the centers will let him get some rebounds because they want to push the break. They're still going to want to push the ball in transition. That worked for them last year. So he's going to get the rebounds there. And the assists are going up because think about all the passes last season and for all the seasons of Luka where he did something crazy, threw the ball to a place where he shouldn't be able to physically see it. And it's Josh Green or it's Tim Hardaway or it's Derek Jones Jr. or it's anybody off the team right now that
taking shots.
They were the ones taking shots, and they were the ones missing the shots sometimes. And so that's going to turn into Klay Thompson and Naji, who shot 38% last year. Hopefully that comes back, and PJ, who's reworked his shot. And I think those, and then Kyrie, like I think those shots are going to go in now.
Hopefully,
that's what we're hoping for. Coming up. We also split on the in-season tournament, and the audience was split on PJ Washington starting every game he plays. I'm fascinated in this one. We'll talk about that and more coming up.
You don't believe you shouldn't be here.
Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook has all kinds of props and odds and things you can use to get on the action. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account, current form of payment. You can cancel anytime. Visit FanDuel.com, America's #1 sportsbook, to go get that. And while you're at it, go check out and see what they have available. They got all kinds of stuff for the NFL this weekend. Either Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy to record 350 yards passing plus 280. That one's kind of interesting if you're interested in that. All kinds of stuff. They have a bunch of futures on there. Dallas Cowboys over 9.5 regular season wins, and Cincinnati Bengals under 10.5 regular season wins. So this is you want yourself to be happy, Cowboys fan, and Nick to be sad. That's that.
There you go.
Right there. Do that at FanDuel. See what else they have available for you. And while you're there, bet that $5 and you can get the YouTube TV deal for NFL Sunday Ticket. Visit FanDuel.com, America's #1 sports book. Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. This is one more thing, a bonus episode of the show. We're talking about our board bets, our predictions that we made. We're talking about where we had the biggest differences, where Isaac and I agreed, but you, the listeners, did not agree with us. The next one was a Luka one. Is Luka going to get a 74-point game or higher? Is he going to break his own record? And we both said yes. We were optimistic in it. 80% said no, that he's not going to get it. The optimism for he's going to average 30 again completely went away for he's going to get a 74-point game or higher.
That's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points. You said yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm going for it. Let's do this. I think it's just going to get hot one game. If he's playing the Hawks, then Hawks don't play defense, and that's this whole.
They just
big
let him
thing.
to the cup. That's all.
Yeah, did you see Ohtani the other night? I mean, didn't
The Hawks let him hit all those home runs too?
Marlins didn't play any defense? They need to change up some things.
What's up with these animals not guarding anything?
I think that was on First Take yesterday. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's just a shot in the wind if he scores 75 points. So I'm going for it.
74. He could hit 74 and still break his own record.
Okay, yeah.
Only 2 humans have ever scored more than 74 points or 73 points in an NBA game.
That is true.
Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Kobe. He could go for the Kobe 81.
That'd be just insane.
There's just so much stuff that has to now here we go, break it down. There's so much stuff that has to like line up for one of those games. And for it not to be like one of those like bogus Devin Booker games in Boston, to where like you got to stay, like the game's got to be competitive. Like you think about that. Yeah, it's just Luka's not going to be in the game if they're up by 34 points and he's trying to go for 80 points. Like it's just not going to happen. So
that's right. They got to be in it and they got to need it, which is why Kobe got 81 because they were not winning that game against the Raptors that night. And when
you maybe don't have a good defense, you might have to score 75.
That's right. And so hopefully the Mavs defense will be good enough. The Mavs defense was not good enough when Kobe had 67 through 3 quarters, and then they pulled it because the Lakers were winning. So that's not a great one to remember, but it's a good example for this.
Next question.
This equation. The in-season tournament, we also disagreed. I said the question was, will they participate in the knockout round of the in-season tournament? Will they win their group and then will they move on? We both said no. 56% said yes. The optimism came back.
Yeah, there you go. They want to go back to Vegas. They're like, hey, we were just in Vegas and for training camp. So do we want to go back? I don't know. We'll see how much they like it for training camp.
Yeah, it's a way for, the Vegas thing is it's a way for the new owners to kind of show off a little bit, I think. And then Brad Townsend had that article today where he said last year's trip proved to be so positive for the team, for team bonding, that Nico and Jason Kidd decided that Las Vegas would be similar bonding with less road wear and tear for the team. What do you think about that being like its own retreat kind of thing?
I'm actually all down for it. I would do it every year, I think.
Would you do different places or would you just keep going back to Vegas?
I don't know. There's probably something to say for like the Cowboy stuff, going to Oxnard and stuff. And
interesting. Yeah, it worked out for them really well.
Stop. I feel like they've done that for years. I don't follow Cowboys too much. They've done it forever. I don't know. I would do it. I think it's cool.
Also, it's not like stupid hot in Vegas right now. The high is 87 on Friday.
And they have some nice connections in Vegas. So
you think so?
Yeah, a little bit.
They also, Brad wrote in that article I thought was interesting. This is only the 3rd time the Mavs have ever done training camp outside of Dallas. In 1993, they went to Waco, Texas.
Wow.
Which is like not far from Dallas, like 2 hours down the road.
Yeah,
but still outside of it. And then last year, they did 2 days in Dallas, and then they went 16 days in Abu Dhabi and Madrid and did all that. And that kind of counted as their training camp. And then this year, so it's really only been one other time that they've not done training camp at all in Dallas. Kind of interesting.
There you go.
So, a couple other things for this one. Say the thing.
Hey. One more thing.
The most split that the fan base was. We talked about the Klay Thompson 4th quarter minutes one. One of the other ones, PJ Washington to start every game he plays. 54% said yes, PJ will start every game he plays. 45% said no, he won't start every game he plays. What's the case for he won't start every game?
Well, we're split too on it, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I just think that's the one spot in the starting lineup that if you tinker with it, it's that. Like, I mean, it could be Lively and Gafford, whatever, but I don't think it is. I think Lively is the starting center, and the other 3 guys I think are locked in the start with Klay, Kyrie, and Luka. So I just think that's the one spot that if what if PJ's not on top of his game defensively, guarding some of these best perimeter guys or wings to start the season? Do they switch it up and like, hey, we want a little bit more offense off the bench with Dinwiddie and put Naji Marshall in the starting lineup? That wouldn't shock me. It just wouldn't.
I saw this stat today. Stat Defender on Twitter posted it.
This sounds like a great account.
You ready? Best defended field goal percentage on shots beyond the paint area in the 2023-24 season. Minimum of 200 total defended shots outside of the paint defended.
Give me some Naji Marshall numbers.
So like Herb Jones at 31.9%. Our guy Maxey, 30.9%.
Let's go.
Matisse Thybulle, future former Maverick, 30.7%. Naji Marshall, number one, 29%. Number one in defending outside of the paint as far as like what a player shot against him. Kind of crazy.
Would it be a hot take to say like Naji starts the season starting?
The season? That would be hot. That would be hot. But I'm not
there.
But end the season, no, I don't think I could see that happening.
I haven't seen anyone mention that yet, but I wonder if somebody will go that far yet.
The last one where the audience was split. This is totally understandable. Who will get more total minutes, Hardy or Exum? 54% said Hardy, 45% said Exum. What's the case for Exum since he's the lower one?
I mean, he played more minutes last year. He had, I'd say, probably played more consistently. Bigger body, better defender.
And he shot 50% from three last season. Like he won 4 games for them last year. I will continue to say that. It was true.
Yeah, I mean that Houston game was fun, but like, you're looking for somebody else to like be able to like handle the ball some, and that I think that's one of the areas, Hardy's ball handling. Yeah, he's got to improve on. So, but if it's Hardy, I mean, I'm not shocked. So, I mean, I went with Exum, but I could see why the fan base is split.
Yeah, Hardy has to for him to get more minutes, he's got to take a big leap forward decision making, and Exum's got to take a big leap forward confidence wise. And I think that those are the two things. And we saw Exum's confidence in the regular season and did not see it in the playoffs at all.
I think he was kind of burnt by the playoffs.
Probably
playing that many games after all that, and so we'll see.
Man, he's gonna have to play Yabusele again this year against the Sixers. Wow, I did not think about that. They were playing against each other in the EuroLeague final a couple years ago, and Yabusele like body slammed him, like literally chucked him to the ground in a play. It was nuts.
Tough moment, yeah.
Tough one. What's not tough at all, is that our board bets are finished. So I'll post the results all over the place. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us on the One More Thing. Go listen to the full episode. If you didn't, we'll be back with all these all throughout the week. Guys, thanks for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.